Okay, let me get. Okay, I think it's refreshing itself now. I cannot work with these conditions. You know that. Okay, I think it's. Let me get. Okay, I think it's. Alright, okay, it is. Okay, it is, it is, it is. Alright, okay, so it should be buffered now. I hope my camera doesn't die again. But that's very strange because it's charging at the same time. It charges by playing. It doesn't really make sense to me. But yeah, this is what I have to put up with, guys. So while streaming on my laptop, things just don't function the way that it should function. But anyway, I hope you're back. I hope you're there. And if you're watching me on YouTube as well, hopefully you might just have to go back in and go back out. But I think it's working now. I think everything's working now. But yeah, a bit laggy, but so far so good. What is wrong with it? What is wrong with you? It doesn't make sense. I have nothing on. Okay, maybe just Spotify is trying to do something. I think there's some program somewhere that's interfering, but I cannot see it. Because there's nothing on my laptop right now. So yeah. Okay, I think the KBS is going good. Of course, again, add right as everything starts to work. Ads, we gotta love ads, guys. This is what it's all about. This is what this live streaming sphere is all about. There's going to be ads, but my KBS is jumping around like crazy. But I think I can't say it's stabilized, but it's definitely a lot higher, and that's my upload to you. It's definitely stabilized a lot. Well, it's higher than where it was. It's not stable, but we'll keep an eye on it. But whatever it was running fine for me. And then the moment I clicked on this screen instead of my loading screen, it just went haywire. So basically, any graphics, just destroy it. But yeah, so let's keep an eye on it. As long as it's about 3,000 plus, we're pretty solid. So woohoo! Anyway, guys, welcome. I hope everyone is keeping okay. I hope you had a fantastic weekend since we last saw each other on Saturday. I'm still here on vacation, and there's a fly flying around around me at the moment. So always fun. Also to Valorant Champions Tour. To Valorant Champions Tour, Big Muscle Flexing, welcome to you. Thank you for pressing the follow button a few moments ago. Also to the Dion Effect as well, which joined shortly before I went live. Mermy Colin as well. QZ Arky, thank you very much for the following as well. Big Muscle Flexing, welcome to all of you who joined. Oh my god, my battery's dead again. What is wrong with my camera? I'm gonna kill somebody. Alright. Okay, I had to switch over now to my... This is gonna go haywire. What is wrong with my camera? Guys, this is not acceptable. What the hell is wrong with you? This is not normal, camera. You're plugged in. You should be getting the battery. What you're not is beyond me. You are charging, right? Sorry, guys. There's something definitely not functioning right. It's not charging for some reason. Hello? Camera, why are you dead? Okay. This is so strange. I know, I have an idea. Directly into the port itself. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is I'm going to let my camera refresh, and for some reason it's not accepting the battery. It requires constant battery, like charging pretty much, and it was not properly charging with my laptop. So what I'm going to do for about 30 minutes is I'm going to let that camera charge, and then I'll switch back to that camera, and hopefully will accept the charge from my laptop this time. But for some reason it just hasn't been charging. Everything else is charging off it, but not my camera. Why? Technology? It always happens to me, of course. But big apologies for that, guys. Yeah, things aren't going the smoothest while I'm on vacation. So I'm still on vacation. I'm due to come back to Ireland in 10 or so days now. Yeah, 10 days. I'm actually going to be in the middle of the air at this time in 10 days' time. So woohoo. Well, woohoo, depending on how you want to look at it. Sad, but you know, at the same time, it's like all good things must come to an end. I need to get back. I need to be making my content. I need to be working my ass off, because this holiday has definitely cost me a lot of money. It's definitely cost me a lot of money. Jay, can we see a peck pop? Of course we can see a peck pop. But firstly, before I do anything, let me give a big shout out to everyone who's in chat. By the way, if you're currently watching me on YouTube, or if you're watching me over on Twitch, make sure that you check out that chat box and make sure you say hello. And once again, guys, I'm going to be back to my normal streaming setup in the not too distant future when I'm back to Ireland. So it should, you know, everything, quality, etc. should be a lot better. But I think actually this, even without my main camera, I think this view is also quite nice for people. So correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think the lag has stabilized now. It was just due to my other camera that seemed to be causing something with the laptop, but now it's stabilized on my end at least. Anyway, Chaos, good afternoon, my good man. Hope you're keeping well. Also to BT Monkey Man, hope you're well as well. Yay, Jay is live, he says. All the hype is real. Sean Gryffindor, big hugs to you as well, Sean. Always hitting me up online as well, so that's always great. But yeah, computers be dying. Plug it in, plug it out, turn on the electricity, turn off electricity, I don't know, just do everything. Lightheart is enjoying some titties. Lightheart, by the way, how are you feeling? I read on our Discord chat that you've been suffering a little bit from illness. I hope it's nothing major, hopefully just a little cold or something, but let me know. Chaos says, I think Light made it to Horny Jail in record time. Very possibly. Maybe his sickness is just kind of doing that to him, you know? Maybe the sickness is just doing that. Alex 555, hello my good man, I hope you're keeping well as well. John, big muscle flexing, thank you for those bits as well, my good man. I hope you're keeping well. Thank you for the 20 bits cheered. Lightheart says, my birthday went past with a slight hiccup. What's the hiccup, Lightheart? By the way, happy birthday. And guys, if I may take a moment to mention that it was Lightheart's birthday last weekend, the weekend just gone. I believe it was on Sunday. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was on Sunday, which I wasn't streaming for, of course, but I did say before Sunday, just happy birthday. But of course, now Lightheart is a long time moderator, absolutely fantastic. He's been fantastic on the stream, he's been fantastic in the Discord, just been fantastic in general, and big thank you, Lightheart, for helping me out, and even you know, taking up the mantle of being more engaged, you know, engaging the community and keeping it more active with your thoughts and your comments and your live streams and all, you know, the watching and all that stuff. So hopefully as time goes on, all that will even expand as well for you. So big thank you for that. And all the input that you put in onto the streams as well. So big heartfelt thank you for that. And also, since I didn't do it live on stream, it's time to say happy birthday. So happy birthday to you, Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. So big happy birthday, Lightheart, and I hope you had a lovely weekend. But you said there was a slight hiccup, but let me know what this slight hiccup was. Absolutely. Joe says hello, Jessito. Jessito, I do like being called Jessito. Looking astonishing as always, Joe. Big thank you for that. John says, Jay, can we see a peck pop? We gotta wait to see the peck pop. Of course, John. Mwah, as well. Big, and also to Joe. Joe asking me to blow him a kiss. So, mwah. Make sure you catch that kiss, Joe. So John is asking for a little peck pop. Of course you could get a little peck pop. But also, guys, if you want to get a flex pecs, a proper flex pecs, all you need to do is request it. Now, my pecs actually are slightly still a bit sore. I just felt a little bit soreness as I was doing the peck pop right there. Lanky boy Joseph, wanting a big hug. Lanky boy, put your head right there, my good man, and make sure that you come in for those big tight hugs, making sure that you feel all that feel good energy. And you know, making sure that you're going to feel nice and at home right now with the big hugs. So big thank you to Lanky Boy cheering me on, my favorite Lanky Boy friend, of course. John says, when and how did you get so good at the peck pop? Practice. It's all about practice. Realistically, to get good at anything, you're going to have to practice, you know. Practice makes perfect, as they say, but that's literally what I did. The moment I learned how to just bounce for the first time, just even a little, just like a tiny little surge of like electricity flowing through me, the first time I kind of felt that, I just kept concentrating more and more until I more or less mastered the peck pop. And now I've been doing it so often, it's not a challenge, you know. Like, you know, you can make it challenging. Absolutely, you can do it to rhythm, timing. You know, you can do it to, you know, when it comes to rhythm, you could do it to a beat on music, or when you're talking, or etc. There's lots of different ways to make the peck bounce very challenging. Also, how fast you do it, or how you just command it. Like it's an art form. It's a bit of an art form, being able to move your muscles like that. So there you go. But it is literally just practice makes perfect. That's realistically all I can say on it. So yeah. Lanky Boy, you're a good person to be around. Thank you, Lanky Boy. Now, I know my setup isn't adequate, people. I know my setup isn't adequate while I am abroad. But very soon, I will be back in Ireland, and hopefully with my desktop computer next to me. And I'll be able to get in 2 streams the following week. I am going to go back to my family. Also shortly after I arrive back, within a week after I arrive back, because I do need to see them. I do need to visit my grandmother's grave, rest in peace. And I just need to see my family, since it's been a couple of months by the time I actually get back, and just hang out with them for a few days, and hang out with a couple of close friends back in my home town, and in my home city on top of that. So after that, I'll be 100% back to normal. But so I'm due back Easter weekend, so that means, provided all is going smoothly, I'll be able to stream twice that week, one on Wednesday, probably one before the weekend as well, because I'll probably go back on that weekend to my family. So we'll just sort that around. Once I know more, I'll stay with my family for a few days, then I'll come back to Dublin, and then I'm going to be full on workaholic mode, getting as many YouTube videos and other content up on my platforms as often as I possibly can. So there's going to be a huge push on the JCOTS platforms in total across then. Now for Easter, if there's people who are looking to come back to the OnlyFans side of things, by the way, there's going to be a promotion for the Easter coming up soon, so keep an eye out for that if you want it a little bit cheaper, if you are resubscribing. Also for the fitness website, there will be another offer on at that time as well. So although the plans are are extremely affordable, to say the least, if you just want that little bit extra off them, then definitely check that Easter promotion coming out a little bit closer, of course, to Easter, which is only, you know, just over a week away. So next week there will definitely be some offers flying up around the JCOT side of things. So definitely check that out. Because I need it. I need to see you. Mog says, does the audio keep cutting out for anyone else? My connection is terrible where I am, so I gotta dip out. Yeah, Mog, unfortunately it probably is your connection. I don't seem to see anything on my side which would indicate that my audio is clipping. Now, I do know when I first began streaming here, while I was on vacation, there was some audio issues, but I think that's all resolved right now. But definitely check if you can join me again shortly, Mog, while I'm on. I'm going to be on for a little while. I won't be on for too long, but I will be on for a while. Now, I know my streams while I'm abroad, they aren't the longest. Like when I'm back in Ireland, streams are about 4 hours on average, 4 to 5 hours. I typically stream for twice a week. That might increase. That probably will increase actually. But my main focus now, when I get back to my studio and my apartment in Dublin, is just to work my ass off with all the content I've been storing while I've been here, and just blast it on the editor and just get the audio done and the voiceover done and all that stuff. So once I have my desktop by my side, so I have to get that back from the repair shop, because just before I went to my on holiday, my computer had an issue with its hardware, resulting in a blue screen, and I sent that to the repair shop. But at the same, I was hoping I'd have it back before I went on holiday, but that wasn't the case. So he kept it in storage and said that he'll work on it while I'm gone. So I text him today to make sure that it's completely up and ready by the time I get back. And he said it will be. I'll see. Otherwise there will be war. There will be absolute chaos and destruction on his end if it's not. So yeah. BT Chaos said there's been no audio issues on his side either, for BT. So yeah, Mog, it probably is your side, unfortunately. By the way, Lightheart, did you hear the happy birthday, my good man? Did you hear your happy birthday? John, the pecs are definitely a handful, right? They are a handful. They are, like, look, guys, just to prove they are literally a handful, like, I'm putting my hand and I'm spreading my hand out, and my hands are, you know, they're pretty big. They're a pretty big size for my height and stuff. So like my hand can't even encompass my entire pec. So just to say, and I'm not even holding down here. If I was to start down here, I'm covering even less of it. But just as a kind of show you, they are a handful. Literally, they are a handful, and you can just squeeze like that as well. You just like get to squeeze in. So they are literally a handful. 2 hands full, 3 hands full, 4 hands full, all the hands. But they are definitely a handful. Yeah. BT Monkey Man, how long are you in my neck of the woods for? For one more week. Pretty much just over a week. A week and a half. I think it's 9 or 10 days. Or thereabouts. So it's pushing on. Can I get a titty bounce, please? And also, so that's from John and Lightning Wolf Dog. Lightning Wolf Dog and John both asking for a Pex Flex. I'll get that done in just a moment for you. Don CT91, hey Sexy J. Don, welcome my good man, I hope you're keeping well. Loving the little unicorn next to people's name here. I always love seeing my little subscriber badge next to people's names. Always good. Wish I could squeeze them, says Lightning Wolf Dog. Yugichi, hi. I just walked into titties, didn't I? You walked right into the titty trap. You walked directly into a titty trap, my good man. I hope you're not blinded by the experience. Nice first message from Yukiki or Yukichi. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Joe, for those who missed Jay's stories, he's a pretty good actor. Oh wow. I'm an actor, eh? You mean my Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Yeah, so on the weekend, actually, I'll tell you that story in just a moment. Let me do the titty bounce. Now, I want to do my titty bounce on my other camera, but it's recharging, as you guys know. So I'm using my laptop camera right now. But look, at least with the laptop camera, it's like I'm looking down on you, kind of. But that's just how, it's on a desk in front of me. So, wait until I get back to my studio in just over a week and a half time or so, guys. Actually, by the time I'm actually going to stream again, it will be 2 weeks. Well, when I'm in the studio, it will be that. So the big welcome back stream with all the lights, all the stuff that you're used to, will be in 2 weeks' time. Until then, we'll be having our Miami chats while I'm on holiday. So there we go. So all of the fun, the best fun will come back, and we'll be gaming again. We'll have our browser games, we'll have our entertainment games, and we'll also have audience games as well. We'll be planning all of this type of stuff. So Dua Dipa, I wonder why I can see you but can only hear you if I do audio only. That's interesting. Does anyone have any idea why that is, guys? Why some people could possibly have issues that they either have to choose their audio or their visual in order to see or hear me. It's interesting. Maybe it's because of the settings. Now, if you're on Twitch, there should be a little settings icon next to the corner of the screen, and you might just have to change the resolution on that. It might work for you, because my resolution will be a bit different from, for example, when I am streaming back in Ireland in my studio, where it should be perfect again. But you might just have to tweak that and just see if that works. But guys, for the titty bounce, thank you for both of those requests, and I hope I done those requests justice. Yuichi, help. Fun fact, I don't know how your face looks like. What? Yuichi can't see my face. How can't you see? You can see the titties, but you can't see the face. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? Chaos says, if you are having audio issues, make sure you are at 480p resolution or above. Lower than 480 resolution has audio problems. Ah, there you go. Dua is now fixed. Yukichi, maybe if you try to go into the settings on the side, and if you select it at 480p resolution, it might fix how you can see my face. Maybe. But yeah, I think my face is good. Like on my screen, I am in the picture, my face and my boobies. But if I bring down my screen, some of it cuts off. So some of my head actually cuts off. But just make sure I'm on your full screen, and that should cut out any of those issues. Don says, not at all, unless your app is out of date. Okay, so that's in regarding to audio. Joe says, for those who missed Jay's stories, Jay, You've never got tattoos? No. I've never got a tattoo. However, I was considering before to get a tattoo. I still have the idea in my head, but it would be a tattoo that would take up my upper arm. It would be probably my left arm. Obviously, to you, it looks like I'm pointing at my right arm. Mirror, mirror. But I was thinking of getting a tattoo right here on the belly of my arm, and it would be kind of going around my entire arm. I have an idea for it, and it means something to me, of course. So I think that's always a good way to. One important thing is to get a tattoo that means something to you. I think generally if someone stops you and goes, "Oh, cool, nice tattoo," and then one of their follow-up questions would be, "Oh, so why did you get that tattoo?" Or does that tattoo symbolize anything to you? Or they'll ask something like that. And for most people, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is for this is for that, da da da," and you're like, "Oh, cool." Like there's a story behind the tattoo. Whereas other people obviously be like, "Nah, I just liked it. I saw it on the wall, like a tribal tattoo or something, tribal." And they'll be just, "Yeah, just liked it." So for me, I always wanted a tattoo. I always wanted a tattoo, that meant something. And I do have a tattoo in my mind for something. I just need, well, for one, I need to go ahead and do it. But two, I would need to find an artist that would be able to draw it to my satisfaction and just present it to me on paper or stylus type thing. And so I could definitely see if that's what I want. Make their own little flair to it as well, put their own creative spin on it. But basically my idea for the tattoo is that it's the Ouroboros symbol. So for people who don't know what an Ouroboros is, it's a mythical creature from mythology, and it is simply put it's pretty much a serpent that's eating itself, right? So it's the infinity symbol. That symbol that goes back and forth like that, the infinity symbol. If you're still unsure what it looks like, it's like if you get an hourglass and turn it on its side, you have that kind of effect. So it's pretty much an Ouroboros, but it's my version of an Ouroboros. So my version of the Ouroboros, for example, would be about renewal, change, things like that, growth. So I'd have two separate dragons on it, and they wouldn't be your typical dragon that you'd always see. They'd be more kind of Chinese dragons. So generally they'd be more that long, the kind of long dragons that you would see in kind of Chinese mythology and stuff like that, because they'd be the easiest to draw for the infinity. So pretty much what it would entail is that there'd be well, actually no, for the dragons, actually it was two creatures. My first thought was two dragons. It actually turned out to be one dragon and one, I think it was a phoenix, but it's still kind of embodied, but the phoenix was kind of like the other dragon, like it had to be more slender just to kind of get that effect. But basically one of them symbolized, was more, it pretty much, it went into the phoenix, and it was like going down this way, and then out of the phoenix's mouth would burst out a skeleton type dragon, like a skull type dragon, and would form the second part of the Ouroboros, and then out of its mouth would form the phoenix. And pretty much my kind of idea behind it was pretty much renewal, change, reinventing yourself. So pretty much you have this part of your life, and then you're going to change something about it, and it just goes back and forth, because it would symbolize every time that I've chopped and changed something about myself, renewed myself, changed myself around, grew as a person. And that's kind of more or less what it symbolizes. So that was one big part of the tattoo, would have been that Ouroboros symbol, with the life, well, you could say life and death aspect to it, but it's not a literal life and death. It's more change, renewal, reinventing yourself. So something like that, if you can kind of follow my thought process on the tattoo. But as I said, I don't have it done yet. Um, there we go. By the way, Chaos, what I would do is you might want to like put that on a notepad or something, or any of the moderators maybe, if people while I'm here on holiday, if they are having audio issues or even visual issues, that maybe just copy and paste your answer again and again. So if you put it on your sticky notes or whatever, it would just, because more than likely there'll be more than one person who will probably ask that question. It seems to be because I'm streaming on my laptop versus my desktop back home. But while I'm here, it's the best. It's either stream on my laptop or don't stream at all. That's literally it. So it's your choice. Stream it, don't stream or stream. Glam style. No one wants nightmares to come back, but I do, and you do too. Hey Glam, hope you're keeping well. Hi, my beautiful Jay. How are you doing? How's your trip? The trip is going good. I'm actually going to talk about something about my weekend there regarding an acting thing. Yukuji, I'm zoomed in on the titties. Do a Dippa says I had it on 160 for some reason. Well, Do a Dippa. Let's get physical. Do a Dippa. Yohei says I have the trichota. What's a trichota? Or trichotra? I'm actually not sure what that is. Let me put it on my phone. The reason why I'm going to Google it on my phone is because if I do it on my laptop, it might cause my connection to have issues. I know, guys, when you're streaming on a laptop, if you do one extra thing, it could break it. So I'm just going to try and check, do I know what you mean by the trichotra? Can't seem to see what that is. Is that spelled correctly? Trichotra? Because I'm Google. Oh yes, okay. Well, I have a different spelling over here. Do you mean this type of this type of symbol, Yohei? Now it's just spelled differently on my phone at least, but let me know if that's correct or not. But I'm assuming this is what you mean. But let me know if that's not right. I've actually seen one or two people with this before. I've never looked into it. Like, I know it's Celtic. At least this version is definitely Celtic. I've seen people in Ireland actually with it. But I've never actually looked into the meaning of it. Glam, I wanna tattoo your face and twins above my butt. Can I? I think you can definitely tattoo the twins. You can definitely tattoo the twins above your butt. I wouldn't recommend my face, and it's not because I don't like my face, but generally, like, I've seen some really badass, not badass, bad tattoos when it comes to people's faces. And I honestly do not want that. Let me just give you an example of what I mean, what could happen. So the twins would be a lot more appropriate. The face, I don't think it would be a good idea. Like, if you look at this type of stuff, like, even if you just type in like funny portrait tattoos or stuff like that, like, imagine having this goddamn like Chucky style nightmarish creature put on your arm, and you're like, oh, it's my kids. Oh, my kids. Like, you can see the kids on the side, of course, but it's got awful. Like, this poor girl here. Like, what the hell is this? You know, when it can go so nice and when it can go so wrong. There are nice versions, but there are definitely bad versions of these type of things too. It's like, this is the right way, this is the wrong way of doing it. But there are definitely some really, really bad bad tattoo of people's faces out there, and I just don't recommend putting someone's face. Like imagine like, here's my baby. Can you put my baby girl um on my arm or whatever, and like you see this lovely little adorable baby child on the side, and then you have this thing. Now, okay, I know they say all babies are cute, okay? I know they say all babies are cute, but this baby right here, the tattoo version, needs to be erased quite quickly. Burn it with fire. Okay, yo, hey, that was correct with the coda. Perfect. Chaos portrait tattoos are super specialized and needs a specialty artist. I'd say so. For example, those are hideous examples. They are hideous examples. That's because they can go so wrong. Every so often I'll have one of the fans of my platforms. They'll be like, hey, can I use some photos of you for some of my art drawings, and I'm like, yeah, of course, absolutely. Like, anytime someone wants to draw me, I think that's a huge honor, regardless of how they're going to draw me. I just think it's like, if you can inspire someone who to draw you in whatever way they're drawing you, like, I think that's just a huge honor, like, to be able to be to be that kind of a muse for an artist out there. I can't draw to save my life, personally. I'm good with words, I'm good at writing, I'm not good at drawing. So definitely never ask me for it. Glam, why does that remind me of the Legend of Zelda symbol? Yes, the Triforce. I think the Triforce is actually based on that Celtic symbol. They are very similar. Obviously, the Triforce is just 3 triangles, but I'd imagine that there's definitely some sort of inspiration that they took when they were creating the Triforce from that. Like, even the trifecta, it is a very well known symbol as well. Tri being 3. So, any of these type of things that could have drawn inspiration. Glam Style, of course, that I'm not going to let someone tattoo your face in such a bad way. I'm going to reach out to one of the best of the bestest from here. Mayo Monkey in the house. Hope you're keeping well, Mayo Monkey. Do a Dippa wanting me to blow a kiss? Absolutely. Mwah. Make sure that you catch that kiss, Do a Dippa. Do a Dippa, when's the next album coming out? I'm waiting for your next album. Also, tell me what it's going to be called. What's going to be the first single to be released from your new album, Do a Dippa. We have Do a Dippa in the house, people. We have Do a Dippa here. I would really like the tattoo of the twins onto my butt cheeks, and then your kissable, suckable face in between. You're too kind. You're too kind. Oh, guys, I cannot wait until I have 2 screens again. It makes things so much easier, because right now I have to like bounce back and forth when I'm looking at things. It's definitely a bit harder. But we are trying. Christian says, "Oh God, poor children, they ruined their faces." Christian on YouTube. Unfortunately, when it comes to portrait tattoos, it can be really bad. So yeah, as Chaos advised, definitely get a specialist for that. The official impersonator of Queen Dua Lipa. I know, right? Terrific Terry. Oh, the twins are on. They are on. And in your face. Did you catch the most recent video, Sweet as Pie? I didn't. Do you know what, Do a Dippa? I'm actually going to listen to it. I'm actually going to, just to make sure I don't forget, I'm actually going to type that now onto my phone. Sweet as Pie. Dua Lipa. So look, just to prove it, I have it here on my phone. So I'm going to listen to this after the stream because I can't listen to it while I'm on stream because, you know, DMCAs and all this bullshit. But, well, it's not bullshit, but, you know, it used to be much more fun when we could just put on songs and sing to them or just listen to them when we're on stream. Right now, if you want to listen to music, it has to be non-copyright, or you have to have permission from the artists. So that's why sometimes you might go into a stream, like a very popular streamer, and they might have songs that are definitely, you know, copyrighted, but they might actually have permission from the copyright holder to do it. Like, especially if it's like an event, like some big like esports event, like something big, you know, more than likely their organizers, etc., reached out and was like, hey, we're throwing this big event, would it be okay if we used, you know, a selection of your music, yada yada, and there you go, reaching out to the record labels or the right holders, etc. But usually when I have music here on this channel, it's all non-copyright. Most of the music that you'll hear now, if I'm doing a kind of a beats type music, it's generally from no copyright, which is NCS on YouTube. But if I'm playing stuff through Spotify and it's more my relaxed background music, it's from Harris Heller. And he has free music on Stream Beats, which you can find on YouTube, Spotify, and probably any of, you know, those big music streaming platforms. So that's what I normally do when I want to put on some music in the background, so it just kind of enhances the overall stream. My only worry is if I put background music on here on my laptop while I'm streaming, is that my laptop will literally have a heart attack. Streaming takes up a lot of resources, unfortunately, for a laptop. So we just need to make sure that that isn't going to break down, like my camera at the start of the stream. So I'm letting my main camera charge up at the moment, so hopefully we can switch to that shortly. But yeah, maybe you don't mind this view either, but I do prefer the better quality from my other camera. I'm just very surprised it didn't charge from the laptop today. Really weird. Glam says bounce back and forth, pun intended. Pensword, first shift as at the bar is tomorrow. How are you feeling, Pensword, about the first day on the job? You nervous? You excited? Have you seen the bar? Is it big? Have you been there with lots of people? You know, did it look chaotic? Did it look manageable? What are your thoughts? Dua Dippa, oh, I'm here, it will be fine. Okay, Dua's here. Dua is giving us the blessing to use her songs. That's great, thank you, my dear. me and Dua, we're besties, guys, BFFs, you know? Got your back, Dua, got your back. I'll promote your music, Dua. Just give me some backstage passes, just, you know, that will be good, thank you. Terrific Terry, I wondered something. Have you ever wanted kids? Good question. I did at one time, but realized it would be a wrecking ball to my independence. Exactly. I literally was asked this question a few days ago by one of my friends here, and I pretty much was like, at one point I did want kids. Right now I absolutely do not. I want to spend time right now making money and traveling the world, you know, like little by little. Of course I don't have the money to travel the world, unfortunately, but you know what I mean. But if I had a kid, then all the money, well, more or less, would be going to the kid. My free time would not exist. I'd never have time to just, well, do my own thing, and traveling wouldn't be possible realistically, like, unless I gave it to someone, I know, right? I gave it to someone, gave the child to someone for, a few days while daddy went out, traveling the world. Or I brought the child with me, but that would be pain in the fucking ass. Like, and then when you're traveling and you're on a train or you're on a bus or you're on an airplane or whatever the case may be, and you have that annoying child just screaming, crying, screaming, and you're just there being like, "Shut up!" in your head. But at the same time, like if the parents are looking, or maybe it's just one parent, but if the parents are looking to try and silence the child, you're like, okay, look, they're trying to keep it calm. It's not easy. Like a child's a child. They're unpredictable. Like, it's not like it's a teenager where you're like, shut your fucking mouth. It's a baby. it's but if the parent is just there as if it doesn't even bother them and everyone else is getting pissed off, then yeah, words might have to be said. Paul Stokes says, loving the twins been out. Paul, glad you liked some twins in your face. But to pretty much say, I did want kids at one point. I certainly do not want kids right now. Who knows in the future? Let's see in 10 years. God knows what 10 years is going to be, but we'll see. It's Branko, Big Muscle Flexing. Welcome to you. It's Branko. Thank you for pressing the follow button, my good man. Is it Zuntish? Zuntish? Jeez, my guy, you look like a guy that could bench 300 for reps. Oh, I can. How's the stream going, by the way? It's going good. I'm on holiday, but I am streaming while I'm on holiday, so it's a little bit less quality and there's not all the stuff that I like to have in a stream. But it's a laid-back chat. It's a nice laid-back chat. It's Branko. Hey to you as well, my good man. Glad to have you here. Pen Sword. So in response, Pen Sword is starting his new job as a bartender tomorrow. Now, he does have previous bar experience, and I asked him, is he nervous? How's he feeling about it? Has he been to the bar before? And Pen Sword just said to us, he's kind of nervous, but in a good way. The bar is small and cozy, looks very manageable, because the main focus is to serve drinks. Only food they serve is pizza, that's it. Okay, so do you have to serve the pizza as well, Pen Sword, or is that done by, another staff member in the kitchen, or is it pretty much you just do it all, depending on how many people are on the roster for that time, etc. Whereas the tavern was bigger and under poor management. So the tavern was the previous bar job. Okay. Well, management is a big thing, obviously. A properly well-run bar or eatery of some description, and it's a properly well-managed bar or restaurant, etc. Like it's night and day compared to a poor managed one, not only for the customers but the staff as well. So can definitely empathize there. Dua says, just let me see the twins and you can have everything you want, says my Dua Dipa. Traveling with kids is pure horror, says Chaos. I actually cannot deny that. It must be it is pure horror for not just everyone around you, but absolutely for the parent or parents themselves. But I guess, yeah, like I guess it will definitely test your strengths as a parent, being able to silence the child while they're traveling. I imagine I'm going to have to serve the pizza when it's done, says Pen Sword. All right. Well, look, it's just you're probably in front of the kitchen window. They hand you it, tell you who it's for. You're going to probably stay behind the bar more or less, unless maybe there's places you can sit down and just bring it over. I'm sure it's easy enough. I'm sure it's easy enough, especially when you get into it. Maybe the first day might be a bit daunting, but after that, I'm sure it's going to be, easy once you get into the swing of things. Zontish, what's the personal best, if you don't mind me asking? It depends. Are you asking me? Are you asking me, Zontish? Are you asking me in kilograms or in pounds? Because there's a big difference. Because I don't want to just give you a number, and then it's like, you know, one or the other. So let me know. But yeah, but yeah. So loving the people over on my YouTube. So guys, if you're watching me on YouTube, do not worry. You'll see more of my videos on YouTube once I get back to Ireland and once I'm back in front of my editing software, because it's a lot. Although I have editing software on my laptop, it is so much more efficient and effective as well to edit it, for me at least, on my desktop versus my laptop. If it's a very straightforward video and I literally just have to like cut and change one or two small things around, easy. Like if I'm doing like an OnlyFans type video or something, easy. It will, you know, I just have to wait for it to go on the cloud and go here. Whereas if I'm trying to, you know, make something a lot more complex, like lots of my YouTube videos, which they are, there's lots of stuff in them, lots of clips especially. It's just so slow, and it just feels like the laptop is going to break when it's happening. Pensword says, I'll have training while on the job, so that makes me less to worry about, whereas the tavern, everyone had zero patience to walk me through anything. Well, that's shit. Like, if you're new to a job, you need help. You need someone to show you the ropes. You need someone to be like, okay, this is how we do it. Even if you have a lot of experience in that field, you're not new to it, you still have to be told, okay, this is how we do it in our establishment. This goes here, that goes here, this is how we do this is where that is, blah, blah, blah. Like, how else are you going to know? Like, you could come in with 10 years of experience, like in at a bar, for example. You know how to be a bartender. You can pour the drinks, you can mix these cocktails, you can do this, you can do that. But at the same time, then it's like, okay, well, I don't know where any fucking thing is. Like, you need a bit of help. So if your last job was literally not really helping you and just being like, okay, this is this is that, not helpful. If they literally just took a couple of minutes, okay, look, let me explain so I never have to explain it again. You learned the stuff. You probably, unless you have any questions, done, dusted. They don't have to worry about mistakes and stuff in the future. And hey, if you make a mistake, it's a mistake. We're human. We all make mistakes. How it is. Do a dip at OnlyFans. Taking notes. Do a dip is taking notes right now. By the way, guys, there will be some promotions for Easter next week for my fitness platform and also for pretty much my paid platforms. So definitely, if you want a small discount off any of the platforms, where it's J for Play, OnlyFans, or the fitness website, definitely stay tuned for next week where those promotions will be up. So I usually do some sort of promotion for holiday type events. So the last one would have been St. Patrick's Day, and I had a couple of days there where there would have been like a 15% discount off stuff. I even had on the fitness website 2 months for one. Like, that was a really great discount. So yeah, if you want to get fitter, summer is coming. Definitely look for that discount next week. And even at that, even without the discount, it is very affordable. It's only €10 a month, and that's for all your coaching videos for when you're in the gym or if you want to do stuff at home. You have lots of nutrition help. I'll be updating that website a lot more once I'm back in Ireland, when it's a bit better. Easier for me to do it. I will be doing a bit while I'm here too. That's in my list to do for the next couple of days, because I want to add in a couple of more stuff on the nutrition side of things to keep that up to date. So yeah, Miss Luna New Year. So yesterday I learned about the concept of an Irish wake. Is it fairly common still? I'm not sure if my grandmother... okay, so when my grandfather died about 15 or so years ago, we had a classic Irish wake. So, you know, you go to the house. So, in case people don't know what an Irish wake is you go to the house and you have the coffin is in the house and it's open. The coffin is open. Generally, it will be either fully open or it's a coffin that has two sections. One which kind of shows from the upper torso to from around here up to the head, and then the rest will be closed off. Or, depending on the type of coffin, once again, it might have the full body on display in the coffin. And I can't really say if it's common or not, but definitely I've been to a couple of wakes over the last couple of years. And it was like that. You go to someone's house, you say your condolences, the body is there. If it's presentable enough to be there, it depends on what happened, you know. So, yeah, I don't know if my grandmother, who died last week, unfortunately, God rest her soul, I don't know if my grandmother had a wake or not. I'm actually not sure on that. You know, you'd think I'd know this stuff, but I didn't ask. Let's just put it that way. I didn't ask. But when I get back to Ireland and when I actually do talk to my family, I will ask them, like, you know. Yeah, I think she did. You know, I think she did, but I can't be 100% guaranteed. So a wake is not necessarily a fragment of the past. It is definitely something that might still occur. So yeah, I do need to get back and see my family. I couldn't fly home for the funeral, and my mother, even my parents, not just my mother, but my parents were like, stay, enjoy your holiday, you're going to be home soon anyway, look, you know. And I did my own thing. Like I got a bouquet of roses. I went out to the ocean here and I just threw one rose at a time. Each rose had a memory or something, you know, that my grandmother said, or something that I'm wishing or hoping for. And I threw one by one each long-stemmed rose into the ocean. I tried my best to aim it towards Ireland because I'm an ocean away. Like I'm across the Atlantic Ocean at the moment. And I just tried my best to aim towards Ireland, so, you know. But that was just my little way of being like, look, I can't fly home, unfortunately, to be at this funeral. I can't see all my family members. It would have been a huge reunion, to say the least. Not under the best of circumstances, unfortunately. And the even sadder fact is that someone, or maybe it was more than one person, had COVID while at the funeral, and passed it on to multiple other family members. Now, all the family members are fine, you know, a little bit of here and there, but they were fine because all of them, to my knowledge, all had at least their double vaccinations and a booster, at least. So it should be, you know, so they were pretty okay, which is good. So Simply Too Deep, sup Jay and your nipples and the chat. Hey Simply Too Deep, hope you're keeping well. Yeah, the day's going okay, man. Day is going okay. Just 10 days left until I am back in Ireland. Hanko Mitsarishi over on YouTube. Estas hermoso. Hanko, thank you very much for your message over on YouTube. Now, normally, guys, I have my YouTube and my Twitch synced into the chat, but my restream is actually impacted at the moment, and I need to get that sorted. So you're not seeing the messages that the people over on YouTube are writing, but I see them on my other side. So don't worry, I'll always mention if it's coming from YouTube. So remember, I'm over on YouTube as well, so if you prefer the YouTube side of things, go to there. That helps me anyway with the watch time. and I'll be back to, you know, having regular uploads on my YouTube. I have lots of ideas for videos. I'm writing multiple scripts at the moment, and I have been capturing lots of content while I'm here for when I'm back in Ireland in front of my desktop, and when everything's back to normal, and I'll be trying to rush out videos. Well, not rush them out, but, you know, get them out as quick as possible to you. So you should have, you know, 1 to 2 videos a week. The first week, maybe only 1. But after that, once I get back, do my family things from the, you know, see my family members back at home, see the grave of my grandmother, you know, just have a little bit of chill out time with them. Then, when I'm back, then that's when I'm properly going to be stuck in for the next couple of months, just you know, just locking myself in my apartment and just doing as much content as I can. Because 2022, I really want to grow my stream, and I really want to grow my YouTube side of things in particular. So those are my goals. Now, if anyone else is in the streaming sphere, or else they're hoping to do it at one point in their lives, or if they're in the content creation of YouTube and such like that, TikTok, etc., then the best way to do it is to create goals for yourself. Now, they could be simple goals or long-term goals, like 2-year goals, 5-year goals, etc. But just definitely have that overall goal, and then break it down into something, you know, more achievable. Oh, by the end of the first year, I hope I'll have, like, I want to have 10,000 subscribers or something like that, you know, like you have it. Or 20% of my videos will have a click-through rate. Or, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's whatever your goals are, definitely put them down and work towards them. Because I definitely have some goals that I want to smash once I'm back in action towards the end of April. I want to really ramp up on that side of things. JDD, so sorry for your grandmother. Thank you, Jay, for that. Also, Miss Luna New Year, thank you for your condolences as well. Miss Luna says, I think they're asking if you've ever seen The Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sure, I have seen The Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. Of course, The Terminator is a classic. Terminator 2 is my favorite. Terminator 2 is my favorite. I'll be back. You know, maybe they can cast me. Maybe they can cast me as the Terminator. I think I'd be a better. What's her name? What's the? Damn it! What's her name? What's the female badass female number 2 again? Well, she's in the first 3, I think. Or Sarah Connor, isn't it? Sarah Connor. I think that's her name. I'll be her, because she has a very Irish name, Connor. Sarah Connor. So yeah, we'll have to definitely move that up. Plus, she's probably the best. You know, she's probably the best character as well. But yeah, number 2 was fantastic. It's definitely how a sequel should be made. I actually have a video planned for sequels in the future, because I do want to kind of talk a little bit about movies and adaptions and stuff here and there, not just about gaming and other stuff. My YouTube channel is going to be entertainment and gaming. So when it comes to entertainment, it could be about miscellaneous topics, but it also could be about movies, different things in the entertainment kind of stratosphere. So it's going to be a bit of everything, and that's the plan. Maybe one day, if the YouTube gets big enough, you know, maybe I'll be able to split the channels. But for now, I'm just going to put everything together along with the streaming as well. Drakami, welcome to the chat, Drakami. The more you know. Miss Luna, wait, have you ever seen the movie Belfast yet? Would you recommend? I haven't seen it, but there are some great actors in it, but I have not personally seen it. There's a new movie about Belfast and the Northern Irish Troubles, which is the fight against the Catholics and the Protestants over the last 100 or so years. Now, I'm not sure the exact time frame. I think this is in like the 1970s or 1980s or thereabouts, that kind of time frame, when it was probably at its worst. But that's a brand new movie that came out very recently, and it's meant to be really good. Meant to give a really good depiction of of the kind of civil wars we would have had up there. Um, Nowadays, that's not so much a thing because we have a peace treaty in Northern Ireland. But you know, who knows? Who knows? But it's meant to be really good. Belfast, and then that new movie as well. It's meant to be pretty good. Paul Stokes on YouTube. Do you enjoy having the twins worshipped? I do. I actually do. I do enjoy it. I can't say I don't, guys. I built these. You know that famous song. We built this city on rock and roll. That's literally me. It's like I built these titties. I built these titties to be worshipped. You know. So I built these titties. Okay, I didn't. Okay, that's half a lie. So I did build them. I didn't build them for the sole purpose to be worshipped. I built them because I wanted them. But that's definitely a good. What's the word I'm thinking for? I can't think of the exact word I'm trying to say. It's a good benefit. It's a good benefit from having it. But yes, I do enjoy my titties being touched and worshipped. And if you're on OnlyFans, there's been multiple videos in the past of that exactly happening. More needs to be done, by the way. They're very popular videos. They get the most. You know what? Anything that features my titties on my OnlyFans or pretty much on my social media, anything that pretty much features them are always my best. They'll have the most likes or the most comments or whatever it is attached to it. So it's like, this is what people want. Like when it comes to like researching and like trying to understand your audience, it's like, okay, what do my audience want? Like for me at least, it's quite obvious. So that's what I always put in your face. Obviously there's other parts to it as well, but look, give the people what they want, right? And then you can add in other things as time goes on. Valio Night. Hey Jay, looking good. Hope you're doing well. Valio, thanks very much for joining. I am really good. I hope you're keeping well as well. How's your day going? Laser Ghost Wolf. Hi to you, Laser. Hope you're keeping well, my good man. Keeping well. Miss Luna, Jamie Dornan is very attractive. Jamie was in, he was in a soap. He was in like an English soap. And then he was in 50 Shades of Grey, if I remember correctly. Plus my name is Jamie as well. I'm not Jamie Dornan, but I am Jamie. That Jamie is my actual name. J for short. But Jamie is my actual name. J Cots. Luna says, how do you say this actress's name? It's Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse. Now, I know a lot of people, if you're not from Ireland, it's pretty much impossible to know how you pronounce these Irish names. There's so many Irish names that if you showed someone who is not Irish, unless they have heard it before, like someone pronounced it for them or told them, it's not possible to realistically guess it correctly on your first try. If you do, well, goddamn done to you. It might be a bit of luck, or maybe you're just a bit savvy with some languages. But realistically, if you look at that name, Saoirse, you wouldn't really know how to pronounce it. It's not obvious. Like people, like if you look at that name, Saoirse, like you're gonna like say Saoirse. You're gonna be like Seo Irsha or Irshe, or you're gonna have like all these like different takes on that name. But Saoirse Ronan is her name, and when I pronounce it, it comes out very Irish as well, because that's just when I'm speaking my language, I always come out very Irish. Luna says, you and Matteo Muscle 69 are my favorite titties out there. You know what? I'm gonna have to look up who Matteo Muscle 69 is. Is he a Twitch streamer as well, or is he on Instagram? I'm just going to actually see if I type this into my Google, will he come up? Now, I'm kind of also wondering, this might be explicit. Yes, I think I saw this guy before. I'm very sure I saw this guy before, actually. And yes, luckily I did type it in and didn't put it up on my screen here because it is quite explicit, to say the least. I'm very sure I saw this man before. He looks very similar to one of my friends. Actually, it's not him, but he has a very similar face. Um, but yeah, um, Laser Ghost Wolf. Can I have a hug? Of course you can have a hug, Laser. But put your head right there, my good friend, and come in for the big hugs. You said I'm not good. I'm sick. Um, as hell, and tomorrow is my birthday, so my day is not going well. Well, Laser, I heard you. I see that you're sick, and once I hope you get better really well. I'm going sending you big energy, warm, feeling good hugs. Okay, I'm going giving you lots of energy right now. It's coming your way, Laser. It's coming your way. These are magical hugs. Okay, these magical hugs right here are going to make you better. So when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to be much better. Now you might not be 100%, but you're definitely going feeling better. Okay, so big hugs on its way to you. All the feel good energy from your illness right now. I'm going to release you from some of that pain, getting all those nice warm thoughts traveling through the universe to you, my good man. So there you go, big hugs, and hope that feel good energy is going to come your way, Laser Ghost Wolf. So definitely. Um, I hope you'll feel better. Luna, I watched this show called Please Like Me. Please like me. And one of the characters was named Neov, and I literally was not prepared for its pronunciation. Neov. Okay, well, Neov is also, once again, another Irish name. Now, for me, that's just easy, but I'm obviously used to seeing such names. My cousin, one of my first cousins, is called Neov, so I literally have been with that name almost my entire life. But yeah, those type of names, Saoirse, Neov, Quiva, those type of names, they're not common. Caitlin, stuff like that. Caitlin may be a bit easier, but yeah. Saoirse, Quiva, Neov, those type of names throw everybody off. Very difficult names to pronounce if you don't know how to pronounce them. Luna, I thought Saoirse was pronounced like the Game of Thrones lady. Game of Thrones lady? Like Sansa? Or what's her name? The woman that gets blown up at the end of season 6 and at the Sept. Oh, it's been such a long time since I saw that series now. Like literally, Game of Thrones is a fantastic series up to about season 6. At the end of it, like, it did decline from season 5 to season 6. I'd suppose season 1 to season 4 is definitely the best part about Game of Thrones, for pretty much the main reason they had the story to work off. Now in season 5, it was still good, but it started to decline just a bit. The dialogue started to dumb down a little bit because they didn't have as much to work from anymore. They still had little bits of references and things, but they didn't have the book dialogue to kind of work from. And that's when my favorite character, which would have been Tyrion Lannister. He was my favorite character, maybe a favorite for most people because of his wit, how he talked, how, like, all that stuff. He was like a really, really strong character, and he was probably the most affected character when the books were not there to support him. And they just eventually, especially in like season 7 and season 8, he just turned out to be like this, well, idiot, more or less. Like, he just didn't have all the he didn't have all the dialogue to back up his strengths, and unfortunately the writing just was not good enough for him. But season 4, up to season 4, fantastic in terms of quality. Season 5 still good, but definitely a bit of a decline for myself. Season 6, once again, lots of things off, but there were also some really good parts introduced too. I loved the last 2 episodes of that season in particular, which would have been Battle of the Bastards. Fantastic, amazing looking. And finally Ramsay gets his comeuppance. And then the last episode, which is when Cersei gets her little bit of gets her revenge. The first 10 minutes of the last episode of season 6 is probably one of my favorite moments in TV history. The first 10 minutes of that last episode, when there's barely any dialogue, there's only a couple of words said in that entire 10 minutes. Margie is her name. Margie, it just came into my head. I didn't even look at the chat, so if it's in the chat, it just came to me. Marjorie. The only main chats were pretty much when the people were in the sept being like, something's going wrong, she's not here, don't you find this suspicious? And Marjorie's like, kind of, she's not, she knows something is going down, but she couldn't get out in time. But those first 10 minutes was just Cersei planning her thing. It was just all the characters going about their day to day. And they're just walking around, they're getting ready for the day ahead kind of thing. That music, that piano music. The music of Game of Thrones is probably one of my favourite things about that entire series, especially in the latter seasons. It got so goddamn good. That composer is fucking amazing. Listen on YouTube, Light of the Seven, it's called. Light of the Seven. It's very powerful. It's about 10 minutes arrangement. The music is just fantastic, and it's like a countdown. Something's going to happen, and it just picks up intensity as it goes on. But if you can somehow watch that scene itself, even if you've never seen Game of Thrones, just watch that scene. But then again, you'll spoil it for yourself if you've never seen it. But the music alone is enough. But once you add in that scene itself, that 10 minutes, that was just genius. Easily one of the best 10 minutes of TV that I've seen. But unfortunately, the rest of Game of Thrones then is particularly after that season. It had moments, like in season 7, season 8. There were moments. There were definitely good moments, but most of it was dog shit. But yeah, after season 4 went a bit down. Season 5 down a bit as well. Season 6, lots of downs. There were some really good ups. The best part about season 7 was tell Cersei it was me. Best scene. That's all you need to know. If you just see that, that's enough. And there you go. Anyway, let's continue on. A mega hug. Hope you're keeping well, my good man. Valio asking for a lat spread to make your day. I will definitely do that in just a moment there now. Valio, so give me a moment. Zaid Games, Jay, my heart was broken. Was dating a guy for a few months, and he said that I'm a wonderful guy and too good for him, so it ended. Whew. It could be 100% truth what he said, that you might be too good for him. Maybe he felt that you weren't good enough for him, or maybe that was his way of just getting out of it. It's hard to know, obviously, when you're not in the situation. But when it's unexpected, it's the worst. When you kind of know it's going to happen, or you just know it's not right for you, it's a lot easier to process. But when it's definitely sneaks up on you as a surprise, Zaid, it is hard especially when it's a couple of months. If it was just a week or two, it's like whatever, you know. It's like you missed out on a great guy. Oh well, and even at that, he missed out on a great guy. End of the day. So whether he's 100% truthful and he really means you're a wonderful guy and too good for him, or not, remember you are a wonderful person. Maybe you are too good for him. And if he wants to leave you go because he thinks you're too good for him, then so be it. You know, there's plenty of other fish in the sea. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy to recover from. Dating sucks. Dating really fucking sucks. And that's why I think I'm just going to have to, you know, I think a lot of us are just better alone. Nah, like being in love and stuff is amazing. It has its ups and downs, of course, but it has its hardships. That's life. That's life, you know. I've had my ups and downs with my dating life as well, for many, many different reasons. But mostly, I've met some fantastic people. It just didn't work out, and most of them I'm still in contact with, you know, here and there. Some we've become really good friends since. So yeah, like there's some really good upsides to dating as well, but it can be quite hard. Contest, your tongue knows what every kind of surface would feel like without actually licking it. Look at something and think about licking it. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Oh yeah, so a lat spread. So there you go. Now I know the lat spread's not going to be the best when I'm looking down. Or maybe it is, I don't know. But we'll try and get you a lat spread on the sides there. There's going to be a bit more shadows because I'm on the webcam as opposed to my other camera due to it's shut off and it's charging at the moment. But I'll try it this way. Getting the lat spread. Another lat spread right there. And down. So hopefully that lat spread was good value and helped you have a better day. Never. Okay, Yohei says never have I. Okay, so Yohei is challenging me. So never have I ever drunk Dale and X. Oh, drunk Dial and X. Never have I ever drunk Dial and X. That's actually something I have to think about. Have I ever drunk Dialed an X? You know what? I don't think I actually have. I may have drunk text an X, but I don't think I ever rang an X. To my knowledge, I won't have a drink. Well, actually, I'm going to have a drink, but it's not for that reason because I'm actually thirsty. But to my knowledge, I don't think I ever actually did drunk dial an X. Have you guys? Have you ever drunk dialed an X? You know, an X. So you were drunk. You have your phone. You see an ex, someone you dated in the past, or was a boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. And you're like, I'm going to ring this person now. Hello. And you know, it could be in the middle of the night. Whether they answer or not, maybe you left an incriminating voice message. Oh, God. Or maybe you text at one point in your life and they left you unread. So you sent a text message, you woke up the next day, you saw that they read it, but they never replied. Oof. You know, these type of things, guys, just never go near your phone. Never. If you're around friends and if they hear that you're going to drunk dial or text an ex, they better stop you. They better goddamn stop you. It's never a good thing. It's never a good thing. Don't do it. A terrific Turi. That's why the show creators needed to do better when adapting books to series 13. Oh, to the series 13 Reasons Why shouldn't have had a second season. 13 Reasons Why. Didn't that have multiple seasons? I think that series probably only needed one because I think it was pretty much wrapped up in One. But obviously, so see, so a lot of series guys is they'll have one season, and if it performs well, even if it wasn't, you know, if they really didn't have an idea if there was going to be a second season or not, what they'll do is generally have a bit of they might just put a few things unanswered, so they have some plot threads to kind of run into a second season, but they'd have to have at least the main storyline wrapped up. So sometimes you might have saw seasons that weren't, that, you know, all your questions weren't answered because it was never given the green light for season two, for example, or maybe a season abruptly ended and you know, it just felt rushed and or whatever because, well, yeah, they weren't greenlit to proceed any further. Like, we've all had shows cancelled prematurely, maybe, or they were rushed to get to the end, and that kind of destroyed the whole experience. So, like in for example, Game of Thrones, which you talked about a few minutes ago, like Game of Thrones had a lot of material to work with until the books ran out. I'm very sure the author, George R. R. Martin, he probably hoped that there would have been enough content, you know, just enough so he could get at least one more book out. Like, we're still waiting for there's still two more books. There's still two more books to get the proper ending the way he wanted. The problem is he's not fucking writing them, and if he is writing them, they're taking forever. That's because his arms and his whatever were pulled left and right. Oh, write this for us, write this for us, do this, do that. Oh, go to all these conventions. Pretty much, no, George, sit down and write your fucking book. For fuck's sake. Not only will it make so many people happy, but there you go, you know. But yeah, Game of Thrones was fantastic. Obviously, the creators, when they adapted it, they had a vision. This is how long it's going to be, but they obviously kind of hoped that the books would have caught up by the time they got there, because in all fairness, they started season one would have been on book one, so by the time they actually got up to book 5 years later, more or less, they would have hoped that, well, at least one other book would have been wrote by then, and there you go. The problem was, even because of the show, it made him more busy as well, the author, because not only did he have a bit of, not only did he kind of work with the show to an extent, you know, he also had to go to these conventions, answer all these questions, go to these interviews, yada yada. Pretty much less time on the book. So, or the two books. What is it? The Winds of Winter, I think it's called. Actually, let me Google. Was there any announcement in the last while that it's going to be released? Funnily enough, I just write in Winds and then it goes Winds of Winter release date. Okay, apparently on the 13th of November 2023, next year, almost 2 years away, guys, Winds of Winter will be released as a novel. So literally, the last book, A Dance of Dragons. When did Dance of Dragons release? Dance of Dragons was 2011, okay? So by the time, actually, when in 2011 was that? July. Oh, July 12th, the day before my birthday. So pretty much 12 years, 12 and a half years by the time, 12 and a half years since the last book will this book be finally released. 12 and a half years. The show ended like 3 years ago, you know? Just over that. So, like, it's just nuts. How did it take so long? I know, like, you know, you could blame, because he had to do this and go here and go that, but he also started writing, like, side novels and other, like, little indexes and stuff, and, you know, man, that's so long. Imagine if, like, J.K. Rowling, author of the Harry Potter series, because that's pretty much one of the most successful, if not the most successful, book in history, outside of the Bible, um, and Lord of the Rings. Imagine if J.K. Rowling, okay, got so sidetracked because the movies caught up, obviously, to the books. Like they pretty much, it was she got there just before the books got there. You know, she got there just before the movies caught up. So imagine if she got so blindsided by the success of the movies that for the last movie or two, she decided, you know what? I'm gonna take like 12 years or whatever before I'm gonna write this next book. There'd be absolute outrage. You know, now she can write her other things, of course, like, you know, since the book series ended. But imagine if you had her there being like, okay guys, I'm not going to tell you the ending of my series for another 12 or 13 years, you know, just like Game of Thrones is doing. So the apparently it's going to be released on the 23rd of November 2023. Very interesting, 23. I wonder if that has any significance whatsoever. But he's literally giving himself a lot of leeway. Now, my only hope with that is that he's also so far into the final book. I think that's... I can't remember the name of that. I think it's like this... Something about the spring. Like Dreams of Spring or something. Like I'm trying to use my memory from years ago on this. So... My only hope is that he's so far into the last book that it's going to be a very fast release after that. At least then it kind of justifies it a bit, but I think people would have been more happy if he released that a few years ago and then this one, you know, yeah. But it is what it is. We are not the author and we're not the one writing it. Books take a very long time to write, especially gigantic books like his, and this one's going to be fucking huge, I'm sure. But it will be very interesting to see the difference between... it'd be very interesting to see the difference between the series and how its finale is going to be handled by the author himself. Whether it's going to be similar instead of, you know, like who dies and stuff like that, or not. I'm sure there will be some truth to both sides. Boy Wonder. Hey everyone, been a minute. Hope everyone is doing well. Boy Wonder, I hope you're keeping well. I'm doing well. Still here in Miami. But I'm going to be back very soon into my studio. So better quality and all that. But we are working on the laptop at the moment. Master Grill Sergeant. Sweet gains, dude. Keep working. Big muscle flexing, thank you, Master Grill Sergeant. Thanks for the compliment, my dude. We'll keep working, of course. Joe, what's the plans for the next days on Miami? This weekend, we're going to go to a party for Pride, so it's going to be Pride here in Miami. So we're going to go to the parade on Sunday. We're going to go out Saturday night. That's the only plans that I mainly have right now. Other than that, I have to catch up with more stuff. But yes, so it's going to be my last weekend here in Miami. So we're going to party it out because the next weekend I'm actually going to be flying back. A part of me kind of regrets that I didn't book it for like maybe the Monday or something, but you know, it is what it is. Unless anything changes, of course. Dialmos, howdy. A Dream of Springs, also welcome to Florida. Are you visiting? Dialmos, A Dream of Springs, thank you very much. I was trying to think of the exact name. I was like, it's something to do with spring. But I couldn't goddamn remember. Are you here visiting? I am, Dialmos. I'm here visiting Florida. I've been here for like 4 weeks already. I've been here for 4 weeks already. So it's going to be like 6 weeks total by the time I return. Pretty much exactly 6 weeks. So time is flying, guys. Time is flying. And you know, I've went to Orlando. I've seen various parts around Miami and outside of Miami, the cities and towns and stuff like that. of course, various parts in Miami. So yeah, like I can say that at least I went around. I went around and, I enjoyed myself. I got a bit of sun, not too much sun because I burn very easily. And going from a climate like Ireland where it was like, 5 to 10 degrees every day, Celsius when I talk about degrees, coming over here where it's more like 30 plus and it's very humid here, I had to be careful. So although I did get sun, I don't believe I got tanned, or maybe there's little bits of tan, but like I still have I still have a few more days to get some sunshine, but I just had to take it a bit easy because the last thing I wanted was to be far away from home and then I come down with something shit that made me ruin my holiday. I got burnt a few times here already, but yeah, I could use another trip to the beach before I leave though. That would be nice, another trip or two to the beach on a nice day. I've barely even got to the beach. Like I'm not a big beach guy in general. I like going to the beach, but I wouldn't be like, oh, I need to live by a beach. It's nice, but I wouldn't need to live by a beach. It's definitely nice to go to though. And I've been to various different beaches here to give it a look. Pride Party sounds fun. Perfect way to end it. Yeah, Chaos, definitely. Did you ever make it to Disney World? I made it to Disney Springs in Orlando. We didn't have time to do both Disney and Universal, so pretty much I just said to myself, look, I've been to Disneyland in Paris, so I goes, okay, I kind of saw the Disney stuff before, so if I literally only have one choice, realistically, just due to the time frame, I'm just going to go to Universal. So we went to Universal, Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. Definitely could have used a little bit more time there, but I think I made the right choice in going to. I can always come back. I can always come back and go to Disney World, So I went to Universal and Islands of Adventure. Went on lots of the rides there. Had a really, really good time out. So yeah, at least I got to go to two of the parks. Universal have 3 parks. They have a 4th one coming in 2 years, I think it is. In 2 years, there's going to be another park. So there's even another reason to come back in the future. But so yeah, like I heard really good things about Universal. I had a really good time there. It was very interesting. I enjoyed it, so I'm not going to regret that I went to Universal at all. So I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Dialmos, Orlando is nice. Miami's a little too crazy for me. It's so expensive though. Florida is very expensive. Now maybe there's certain parts of it that's a little bit less expensive, but Miami in particular, Orlando was pricey. Miami a little bit more pricey. But yeah, it's a very expensive place. Like I've used a lot of money since I've been here, of course. And I'm like, oh dear God. Like when I'm looking at my bank, I'm like, oh dear Jesus. And I'm like, fuck, it could be a lot worse. I'm just saying it could be a lot worse. But I'm still paying for my apartment back home, which I'm not even using. So I'm paying rent on an apartment I'm using at the moment, which sucks. It would be nice if you could just freeze it and it just can't, and you don't have to spend all that money. So yeah, I need to seriously work my ass off when I get back and get a nice cash injection into my bank account so it's healthy again. But yeah, that's that's holidays for you guys, especially long holidays. But as I said, I was sensible too. It could have been a lot worse. I still have, some time here to go. So yeah, you need to eat, you need to do your stuff, you have bills and stuff to pay. That's life, until we get to a point where I'm making like so much fucking money that I'm just like, yeah, I don't care. But God knows when that will happen. You know what? There's the lottery tonight. I said we're going to do the lottery tonight. So there's the Powerball. I don't know if anyone's here is interested in the lottery, but I said, look, while I'm here, I'm going to do the lottery at once, and maybe tonight I might win money. Maybe I'll be a multi-millionaire. Maybe, who knows? That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? And you know what? Even if I was a millionaire, I'd still be here streaming because I really enjoy streaming. It's just that I'm going to be having a fucking, I'd be putting so much money into making it like even like the best stream ever on top of that. And I'd have the best fucking computer, the best everything. But yeah, let's be multi-millionaires. That'd be amazing. Zaid Games, hey Jay, dating does suck, and now I want a revenge body. I just ordered your workout plan. Can you let me know if the payment went through? Yeah, I see that you ordered. I see you ordered one. By the way, thank you, Zaid. That's actually a good. I think that is a good, sensible way of, after dating, you're going to have your revenge body, because now you're going to be like, I'm going to show him. I think that's definitely a tactic people use. So that's going to be a good motivating force. Stay on it. Get onto the workouts. Start when you're comfortable. Take a workout that you're comfortable with. If you need to text me at any time, just send me a message through the website, or even send it to me on Discord or here or Instagram if you have any questions. If you're not sure which one to start with, etc. But it's a good way to put that energy in instead of sobbing in your room. Why did he leave me? Why am I not good enough? Why is this? Why that? Instead of that, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to fucking kick ass now. I got the motivation. I'm going kicking ass. I'm going improving myself. Yada, yada, yada. It's definitely a driving force. So welcome to the fitness, my friend. I hope it works off fantastically for you. So thank you for the support. Now, guys, if you need help with your fitness plans and you need some, food help as well, definitely check out that fitness website to help you out. Dalmos Party kicks me. Is anyone having weird issues where the stream won't load on console but works fine on mobile? Kicks me. I'm not too sure. I know some people have had issues with the resolution. There's a little. Maybe go onto your settings at the side of your Twitch screen and just change that to 4. What was it? Chaos, I think it was 460 or something like that, or 480, 480p. So just check if that could be the issue. It may be because I'm streaming on laptop, so it's changed some of the settings a little bit. So I know some people earlier, some people had issues with audio, but then they had to kind of choose whether it would be the audio or the visual, and then just changing to 480p, I believe. Chaos will tell you in the chat now. It resolved the issue. I don't have any issues my side personally, but once I'm back in my studio in Ireland, there will be zero issues. Once I'm set up again. Dylmos, I love going to play Alinda because it's clothing optional. Well, there you go. Optional is always fun. Chaos, a personality. Personally, Universal is my favorite, and Orlando is the best one. So good choice. Hey, there we go. I know they have one in California, I think, as well, right? Universal. Captain Snappy. Hey, Captain Snappy. It's been a while. Welcome to Miami J, my neck of the woods. Glad to hear, Captain. Representing the Florida boys right now. If you need an Orlando tour guide next time, let me know. Absolutely. Kinky Bikini. Is the rent expensive in Miami? It is expensive. Kinky, it is. Yes, the rent in Miami is nuts. It is insane. It's overpriced for what you get. Is it beautiful here? Yes, absolutely. It is beautiful here. The weather is amazing. Generally speaking, the weather is amazing. Yes, it rains at times. It's very humid, but the sun is amazing. It's just really good. It's a good feeling here. The rent, though, is extremely expensive for what you're paying, and due to inflation that's happening pretty much worldwide at the moment, like the cost of living in general is going up. So in Florida, that seems, in Miami in particular, that seems to be very much the case for the last year or two, especially since the pandemic. Because what I got told was a lot of people from California and especially New York traveled down to Miami to live here to get out of the colder side of New York, or since New York had a lot of lockdowns, like it was probably the worst hit place in America, and it had like the most strictest lockdowns, I guess. Like California was also had lots of lockdowns, so it made sense for people who lived there, especially if they could work in a different state, like because they work from home, online, etc. To move out of their very expensive New York accommodation down to a much more lenient Florida rent situation. But since so many people did it, basic economics, supply and demand, the supply of the houses and apartments were not there, and they're really not there at the moment. So up goes the cost. So thanks to all, well, not only inflation, but thanks to all the people moving from New York, California, etc., all those people with the bigger monies, because they pay really well in those states as well, from what I know. Yeah, to here was paradise. Oh, I can have the great weather and it's cheap. Cheaper than New York, for example. Hell yeah. But there's your knock-on effect. Now people who just, are struggling day to day, just, survive with their average incomes, now they're getting affected that their rent prices are going up by hundreds a month, etc. So, yeah, it's getting worse, unfortunately, if you live in Miami. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs, but that's basically from what I've learned. So blame the out-of-towners for coming here and driving up the cost of living, rent in particular. Chaos says, yeah, the Universal here in Cali is smaller, still decent for one day. All right. I'm a Wreck-It. Hey, baby, just stopping by to say hi and say amazing content. I'm a Wreck-It. Thanks very much, my good man. I'll be back to lots of extra content once I'm back from my vacation in the not too distant future. But thank you, my good man. Thanks for the hello. Hope you're having a good day as well. Where are we? Victor is asking for a stretch redeem. I will do that. I actually could use it because instead of looking directly across at my camera, I'm looking down slightly because I have to use my laptop camera for now because my other camera decided to die on me because it wasn't properly charged. I thought it was charging and I thought it would be charging properly on the laptop, but it wasn't. But now it's charging. So we'll be back to that on the next stream. But yeah, thank you for the stretch, my good man. Oh, God. Kinky Bikini, at least it's pretty. Yeah, it is. It is pretty. What's your favorite areas or places so far in Miami? I really enjoyed walking down a place called Little Havana. So Little Havana is this is primarily occupied by Cubans, but the art in the streets in particular, on the walls and stuff, all the graffiti art it just makes it look really. It makes it look really nice, and just how the kind of street is. It has it. You definitely know that you are somewhere else. It's like different parts of Miami have its own little features, and Little Havana is definitely one of those places. Another place is called Rinwood, and Rinwood has a lot similar to Little Havana. It has a lot of interesting. It's very trendy. Very trendy, very hipster kind of thing. Once again, lots of amazing graffiti, even better than Little Havana in terms of graffiti art. So it has its own features there as well. And there's a place called Rinwood Walls, which is like a museum place now, but it's like an outdoor museum. You can go indoors for some of the stuff too, but it just has all these graffiti, amazing graffiti pieces by artists all over the world who came to spray on the walls. Fantastic. And just the buildings and some of the architecture, some designs there, and just the color, it's just so colorful. It's really beautiful. Then you'd have like, you'd have your more city areas. So like in downtown Miami, where the Ferris wheel is, they have a really cool marketplace there, like an outdoor mall. That's really nice. In Brickell itself, it's next to downtown. It's really built up area. It's very metropolitan, like high, like really big skyscrapers and stuff. So if you like that type of thing, very different from other parts of Miami as well. You can go down to the ports, you can go down to Miami Beach, down to all that area there. Around to Miami Beach area, it's beautiful. It can get really busy for tourists as well, and going out and stuff. But each kind of area has its own little flavor, which is pretty cool. I like that. American NY, lend me your body to beat my bullies. American, if you see a bully, tell them to go fuck themselves. We don't want bullies. We don't want bullies in here, but hopefully they won't follow you online. But hopefully you won't need to use a body to beat them up, at least physically. But yeah, pay a bitch no mind unless she's paying your bills. Too Curious Millennial, hello Jay and your chest and the chat room. How are you, Jay? I'm keeping well. Too Curious Millennial, nice to see you as well. Welcome back. I'm keeping well. It's towards the end of the stream now, guys, unfortunately. Realistically, due to my laptop, before it overheats to crazy, I get probably like about 90 minutes to 2 hours if I'm lucky before it really starts to overheat. And I can really hear the fans like really are on at the moment. These streams while I'm abroad, they're a lot shorter. They're like half the length of my regular streams, realistically, if not even more than half. And it's pretty much just chatting about how I'm getting on here, bringing up different topics and stuff. But once I'm back in Ireland, and I say this every single stream, once I'm back to my studio, back to all the lights, back to all the, the perfect stuff. And I have my desktop, most importantly, next to me. Once I have that, I'll be able to do my gaming again. I'll be able to have all the browser stuff on, have that big stream quality. But while I'm abroad, we have a couple of things that aren't so adequate. FYT Gurg, have you ever had someone lay on your stomach and listen to the noises? Yep, I have. And I've done it to people as well. So pretty much, you think it's all sweet and cute and and it is sweet, cute and but at the same time, when you're laying on someone's stomach, all you're hearing is all the noises of their stomach, like working, right? So it's all there, and you have all these like and all this kind of stuff going on, especially if they are digesting some food from recently. So it's therapeutic to a way, but it's definitely not like a I guess for some people it's therapeutic and relaxing, but at the same time there can be a lot of noise. So see how you like it. Yo hey, I wish you will play Subnautica. It's so fun to play. I know you've mentioned it on the last stream, but I'll definitely give it a look at when we are back in Ireland. Yo hey, so bear with me on that one. Omega, sorry, had to go to the store. What did I miss? Omega, pretty much I was just talking about Miami and just some areas that we visited here. Talked briefly about Universal in your neck of the woods, Omega. and stuff like that. Before that, guys, we had lots of different topics about we even Game of Thrones and stuff too, which was very interesting to talk about that series after so many years of not seeing it, and then that new book being released late next year, and stuff like that. So yeah, but guys, as much as I love streaming, which I do, of course, I absolutely do. Before my laptop decides to blow up, I'm going to have to end the stream here. It's 6:30 my time, so yeah, I'm going to be going to the gym in a while as well. But that's not the reason I need to go right now. But my laptop is definitely going to be overheating, and the last thing I wanted is it to heat too much. The fans are in full force at the moment, but yeah. So in the not too distant future, I'll be back in Ireland. We'll be back in our studio setup, and we'll be doing plenty of streams, plenty of gaming, and lots of YouTube content to come and such across my platforms, including more platforms. So yeah, so hopefully you'll be able to catch me, especially when I'm back in Ireland soon. But until then, guys, I should be back on Saturday, if not sooner. But most likely the next stream will be on Saturday, but I will let you know on my Discord. So definitely, if you have not checked out my websites before, definitely check my websites out and click on my Discord to make sure that you keep up to date with that. I posted the link tree right there in the chat right now, so definitely check out my platforms if you want. Now, once again, there's going to be a discount next week on the OnlyFans for the Easter, and also once again promotions coming up for the fitness website as well. Remember, summer is coming up, so if you do want to, improve your body for the beach or just improve it in general, my fitness website there is there to serve you. Very affordable at €9.99 per month. All the coaching you're going to need to get you through all the different exercises in the gym, or if you want to do some stuff at home as well. And there's going to be more updates to the nutrition side of things, more recipes and stuff added in the not too distant future as well. So definitely check out all that. Check out the Discord. Stay in touch with us on Discord. Join the community, and I'll give you the latest updates on Discord when the next stream is going to be. As I said, most likely on Saturday, but I always announce it about 30 minutes or so before I go live on Discord. So you'll be ready. You'll be able to be sat down or ready to watch when it's announced. And yeah, hopefully I'll have a couple of more stories, good stories, bad stories, or whatever the case may be, when I see you on Saturday. So once again, until I'm back in Ireland, guys, thank you very much for supporting me while I am away. But very, very soon we'll be back. So thank you all, and see you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye.